We have just 2 days until the Super Bowl game, and remember that number, because the Broncos are favored by 2 points over the Seahawks. Here to explain what that means, okay? You always hear the spread. Okay, they're 5-point favorites and 2-point favorites. Is a professor from San Diego State, Dr. Jim Lackritz. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So a 2-point spread means it's a pretty darn close game, first of all.
Yes, it's a very, very close game on the analysis.
So how do the odds makers, the experts, so to speak, come up with 2 instead of 5 or 10 or 1.5? You know, how does that work?
Well, their goal is to try to balance the money that's going to come in on both sides. So when they establish the odds, they're trying to figure out what is the not just the level of competition that each team has played and the balance and their strengths and things like that, but where's the money? Where's the big money going to be coming from? You know, to put down on this.
You know, a lot of people ask, okay, so if I bet the 2 and it ends in 2, do you get your money back on those things?
If you bet with a legitimate casino, you do.
There are illegitimate ones out there.
We're not going to talk about those, probably.
We're talking about the legitimate ones. You do get your money back. So 2-point spread. But then there's something always else on that line. It says 2, particularly this game, 2 and 47.5. What's that 47.5 number?
Yeah, the 47.5 is what they call the over-under, which is the projected total number of points which are going to be scored by both teams. Mm-hmm. And the idea behind that is you can bet that the total is going to be higher than 47.5 or below 47.5.
Okay, but how do they determine that number? They look at the team's defenses and offensive performances?
And they look at that relative to past Super Bowls in terms of how the teams have performed relative to their whole year, and the team's defensive performance, and they're kind of projecting kind of what they think the score is, and they're talking to their experts as well.
Do you pay close attention to football? Are you a big fan?
Not as much as some other sports, but I follow it because of the statistical side of it.
Okay, so you're there with this game. 47.5. If you were a betting man, where would you go up, or would you go over or under on something like this?
I'm going to go up on that.
Okay, over the 47.5.
Over the 47.5.
You think offense is going to prevail?
I think there's going to be more offense than people feel is going on because Seattle has a couple of players back. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. What you see is you'll see some things that maybe we haven't seen because they did have the 2-week window.
Okay, let's go back to the other number, the 2. What do you like there?
I like Seattle. I like Seattle straight up. The reason the number is 2 right now is there's an emotional connection to this game with Peyton Manning and everything else. The line, if it was fair, should really be about 2 or 2.5 points for Seattle.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's the Peyton Manning influence.
Yeah, the line actually opened at even, and there was so much Denver money coming on the game that the line has moved about 2.5 points.
For the people who don't bet, except for maybe this game, what if the game ends, the regulation ends in a tie? You still got to worry about that spread, right?
Oh, yeah. The game's not going to finish in a tie because there's going to be overtime. Right. So at that point, you know that whoever wins, unless there's a safety, that's going to be a field goal or a touchdown. So if Denver wins, they're going to cover that spread if it goes into overtime.
All right. Thank you so much for explaining all that, and good luck on your bet. If you were a betting man, good luck on your bets on Sunday.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.